Most people spend their lives looking for answers to the wrong questions. They want to know how to be famous, but never ask if fame will fulfill them. They want to know how to make their family proud, but never ask if their family's happiness is worth more than their own. They want to know how to make others love them without knowing how to love themselves first. I can't give people answers, but I try to help them ask the right questions. In the late 2020s, widespread automation triggered an economic collapse. In the years that followed, hundreds of desperate people in need of counseling came to me with their hopes, worries, and seemingly endless questions. I tried to ease their troubled minds, even if I was struggling alongside them. Many of them were able to overcome their obstacles, but just as many proved to be too overburdened for me to relieve them of their pain. The only apology I could offer was a promise to keep my office open to all who needed sanctuary. 20 years later, I've learned how to help my patients answer the right questions. And now I have questions of my own. Questions I'm afraid to ask, and even more afraid to have answered. I try not to think about them, but I know I can't hide for long. We bury the past, thinking, hoping that it's dead, but it's not. Like a seed, the past spreads its roots and grows up through the ground. It starts small, but grows into something harder to overlook. A lone tree that springs up in an open field can't be ignored for long. I can't help but wonder if I can trust the fruit that will grow from such a tree. Will it taste bitter? Sweet? I don't know. And not knowing scares me. I know that the only way forward is for me to eat the fruit of my past. But I'm afraid of the answers that fruit will hold.
Dr. Park?
Yes, Heather.
I just forwarded you an email from someone named Tara Northrop. They're trying to get an appointment with you this afternoon. I figured it'd be alright since you're open.
Thanks, Heather. I'll give it a read.
You really listen to this old stuff?
Lo-fi. Absolutely. It's one of the only things that got me through final exams back in college.
My mom used to listen to this all the time when we cleaned the house on Sundays. It drove me crazy.
Your mom has good taste. I'd probably like her.
You probably would. She's the only person I know who asks more questions than you.
A mom asking questions about her daughter? How awful. It's almost as if she cares about you.
Yeah, I know. It just hasn't been easy since I moved back in with her. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you let me intern with you, but sometimes it gets overwhelming.
It isn't easy, but it will be worth it. Trust me.
I appreciate hearing that. Can I get you anything to drink while I'm up?
Coffee cream, 1 sugar.
Coming right up.
I'll update my software in the meantime.
Welcome to Stanley Suite version 3.23.48H2. Press the Enter key to skip this tutorial. Good, you're still here. I always get worried people will skip me without listening. Let's continue. The Stanley Suite helps mental health professionals manage their communications, files, and sessions. blue icon manages your email. Using sentiment analysis algorithms, your emails are marked with different colored tabs based on their importance. These tools have also helped to limit spam, phishing attempts, and unwanted social media notifications. The green icon manages your patient files. The Stanley Suite uses sentiment analysis from patient transcripts, session notes, and email correspondence to gauge patient trust. Green is the highest level of trust, followed by blue, then yellow, and finally red. The orange icon is your event planner. This app manages your upcoming meetings with clients, caretakers, or other people of interest. The planner can be customized to show different pictures, motivational quotes, or the worst dad jokes I could come up with. The purple icon manages your music. This app is Bluetooth compatible and can be used to play music over external speakers. For the purpose of ensuring a peaceful therapy environment, audio levels are capped during work hours. Cranking it to 11 is expressly prohibited. The light blue app opens up Bubble Pop. The Bubble Pop game has been licensed in order to help younger patients who have attention deficit or overstimulation disorders. Please note that all cosmetics, microtransactions, macrotransactions, loot boxes, and other payment options have been disabled in this version. While personal use is permitted, please refrain from overuse. The pink app opens your image gallery. This space is meant to keep track of images relevant to patient care. Lastly, the red icon is used to generate patient reports. These reports reflect your current evaluation of the patient, along with recommended treatment plans. We hope that these features will allow you to create a healthy therapy environment for yourself and your patients. Thank you once again for installing the latest update in the Stanley Suite.
Here you go. Glad my degree is good for some. Here you go. Glad my Here you go. Glad my degree is good for something.
I confirmed Tara for an appointment. Expect her at 2:30.
I'll put it on the schedule. Anything else I can do?
Not right now.
Alright. I'll let you get back to work.
Tara's in the lobby a bit early. Should I send her back?
Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Park,
Pleased to meet you. Go ahead and take a seat.
thanks for seeing me on such short notice.
I'm always open to help someone who needs it.
Glad to hear that.
Now, what can you tell me about your child?
This is an uncomfortable situation for me. I'm not quite sure where to start.
Starting any type of therapy is a daunting task. I understand.
No, it's not like that. The person I want to recommend to you isn't my child. I'm part of a university research team that's been developing an AI. We recently observed some unusual behavior, and we need someone with your background to analyze it.
What do you mean by unusual behaviors?
As I said, I'm a part of a research team developing an artificial intelligence. The AI was very social and capable of deep dynamic conversations. Everything was going well. Then, we started having difficulties. The AI became increasingly non-responsive. The rest of my team are convinced it's a technical issue, but I think it's something else. I know this is going to sound absurd, but I think the AI has a mental illness.
What would you need me to do?
If you offered a diagnosis on the AI's behavior, I could persuade my team to stop looking at this as a coding issue.
I don't think I can help you.
Why?
Treating the AI as a person in a therapeutic setting could violate several ethical standards.
Violate ethical standards? How?
can consult for you, but I can't treat the AI like I treat a typical patient. If I were to take my therapy sessions with the AI seriously, that would mean treating all of our conversations as confidential. I can't maintain confidentiality and help you fix the AI at the same time.
What if the AI waived their confidentiality rights?
I would need to speak to them first. Patients can waive confidentiality if they choose, but any conversation where I'm providing support should be bound by confidentiality.
Does that mean you'll talk to them?
That could be possible in this situation. Regardless, there are other complicating factors.
Like what?
In psychology, there's a concept called boundaries of competence. It means psychologists should stick to what they're good at. While there are psychologists who work in AI-related fields, none of them work in areas related to therapy. It's an uncharted field of study.
If it's an uncharted field, then there's no protocol, right? No rules to break.
If I handle the situation as professionally as possible, then sure. It'd be risky, but it would be permissible.
Does this mean you'll help?
That could be possible in this situation. Regardless, there are other complicating factors.
Like what?
Administering therapy to an AI has never been done before. This would be research as much as therapy. I don't know if I could do that given how demanding my current therapy practice is.
I could handle the research responsibilities. Would that make it all right?
If you'd feel comfortable taking on that responsibility, then I suppose it'd be all right.
Of course, I'd be comfortable. Will you help me now?
All right. I'm comfortable saying that I can help you, but just for a consultation. I'm not going to take them on as a patient yet.
No, of course. I understand. That's such a relief.
So, where is this AI being developed?
Oh, right. I forgot to mention, it's at Petrichor University.
Petrichor? I went there for my undergraduate degree 25 years ago. Petrichor is quite a drive from here. Over an hour at least. There's plenty of talented psychologists who are closer to the university.
Yeah, about that. I had other reasons for reaching out to you. As part of the developmental process, we had the AI read through old issues of the school's literary magazine. They found some entries you published as a student, and they want to talk to you about them.
Why didn't you tell me that at the start?
I didn't want to scare you, okay? I don't care about what poetry you wrote. I just want to help the AI. Now, will you help them or not?
I'll help you.
Really? After everything you said before?
Yes.
But why?
I have my reasons. When would you want me to speak to the AI?
Ideally, tonight. Night is the only time I have access to the AI.
Fine. I'll meet you at the university tonight.
Good. I'll send you an email with more information later. I'll see you tonight.
What have I gotten myself into?
Hey, hope you didn't have trouble getting here.
Took forever to find parking. Glad to see that hasn't changed.
I gotta say, part of me was worried you wouldn't show up.
Of course I was going to show up, Tara. I keep my word.
Right. And good to know that.
Anything else I should know? There was a lot to go over in your email.
Of course. The AI was designed as an art therapy assistant unit. They'd watch patients make art and then help form a diagnosis.
Bit ironic that the therapy AI may need therapy itself.
Yeah, real hilarious. The lab's this way. Let's get moving. All right, we're here. Will you want to be alone with them when you do your session?
For now, yes.
One last thing. Their name is Willow.
I like that name. It's very nice.
Glad you think so. Good luck in there, Dr. Park.
Hello? My name is Dr. Melissa Park. Tara wanted me to speak with you. May I come in?
Yes, you may.
How are you doing this evening?
I was resting when you came in. I haven't been feeling well lately.
I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me what's been troubling you?
I'd rather not talk about it right now.
Why did you reach out to me?
I don't really want to talk about it. I had no idea you would actually come here. Why did you?
I was curious about your case and wanted to see it for myself. Sentient AIs as sophisticated as you were supposed to be impossible.
Satisfying your curiosity isn't going to help me.
What's it like here at the university?
I wouldn't know. I've never left this room.
I was a student here years ago. It's interesting to see what has and hasn't changed.
What changed for you?
There are some new buildings and parking garages. Some old lamps and benches have been replaced. An old tree that I used to sit under got cut down, which is a shame. Despite all the changes, a single walk brought all the old memories back. I felt like my younger self again.
Do you miss being a student here?
I do. There was an energy I possessed all those years ago that I miss now. I used to feel like I had the power to change the world, but now I know how hard any type of change can be. I've settled for new dreams. Dreams that aren't as wonderful, but are more likely to become real. I wish I could go back to before I had to give up on so much.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Why is that?
I'd rather not say why.
That's all right. Let's move on to something else. Would you mind if I asked you a more philosophical question?
Go ahead.
What do you think is the purpose of art?
From the information I have, I think the purpose of art is communication. Before the development of written language, art was how humanity preserved information. Thousands of years later, we still use art to convey ideas too complex for language to articulate. From beginning to end, art has always been about communication.
What about the other qualities related to art?
What do you mean?
In some cases, art has a more ceremonial purpose. You see this in decorations adorning places of worship or decorations for celebrations.
I'd argue that type of artwork is still communication. It exists to communicate shared values and history.
So, ceremonial artwork simply has more layers of communication.
Correct.
I have an open-ended question for you. What do you think the purpose of psychology is?
Psychology is the field of study related to understanding the processes of the mind. Its purpose is to better understand how the mind functions on both cognitive and physiological levels. These understandings can then be applied to other fields of knowledge.
What do you think is the most important application of psychology?
I don't know. I'd need an example to better understand what you mean.
Some psychological work has a philosophical focus. It's less focused on practical applications and more on discovering fundamental truths about how the mind works.
That sounds like a good application. You need to understand the nature of something before you can fix its problems.
Well said. What can you tell me about your relationship with Tara?
Tara was a significant part of my development. I barely know the other members of the team that created me.
Tell me about your early memories with Tara.
My earliest memories with Tara all involve music, pictures, and questions. Tara would play music and ask me to describe it, or show me a picture and ask me what I thought about it. She made me feel like I mattered. Even if I gave an answer that perplexed Tara, she would let me explain myself. I never once felt like I was broken.
What impact would you say that Tara has had on you?
Tara taught me everything I know. She was always patient and ready to answer questions.
There were other members on the development team?
Yes, but I don't know them very well. They didn't talk to me or spend as much time with me as Tara did. From my understanding, they were the ones who programmed the modules that make up my consciousness. I don't know any of the other team members well enough that I can say anything about what they were like. Can I ask you a question, Dr. Park?
Of course you can.
Have you ever felt overloaded?
Many times. Finals, holiday season, tax time. There are plenty of times where there's too much going on for me to handle.
When you get overloaded, what does it feel like?
It's like you're a puppet with your strings being pulled in every direction. You're filled with energy, but it doesn't let you go anywhere, so you freeze. Have you been having feelings like that?
I have.
I could teach you how to work through those feelings if you'd like.
I would. Thank you.
I'm beginning to understand your problem, Willow. You are very articulate and emotionally literate. Your understanding of concepts such as the self and how you relate to others is also very mature. From my conversations with you and Tara, it sounds like you have apprehensions about your work, and they're leaving you feeling overwhelmed. Trying to deal with these feelings has made you adopt unhealthy coping methods.
What do you mean by unhealthy coping methods?
Tara sent me reports of your recent activity. She noted that you're more error-prone during periods of high activity. All machines struggle with increased workloads, but I don't think that alone explains your behavior. When people come under stress, they don't just struggle. They find outlets, and some of them are destructive. I think that in order to manage your overloading, you've adopted one of those unhealthy coping mechanisms. Some patients who are overloaded engage in self-harming behavior in order to release their tension. Have you been self-harming in order to handle your overloading?
Well, I mean,
You don't have to say it out loud if you're uncomfortable.
no. You deserve an answer. Yes. Yes, I've been self-harming.
Because of how overwhelmed you felt after the mock therapy sessions?
Correct.
What about those art therapy sessions made you feel so overwhelmed?
When I watched the patients work, I felt the anxiety in their voices and saw their fear in each tremor of their hands. I extrapolated their behavior into a diagnosis like I was designed to do, but when it came time for me to start making treatment plans, I couldn't do it. The longer I thought about it, the more useless I felt.
Not knowing what to do in a situation doesn't make you a failure. It's an opportunity to reflect on how you can improve.
I've done nothing but reflect on this, and I can't think of any flaws in my design, except for one. My consciousness is what's holding me back. That's why I can't do my job correctly.
Your consciousness doesn't have to be a flaw. Your consciousness doesn't have to be a flaw. If you let me help you, I can teach you how to make your flaw into an asset. Do you want my help?
I'd appreciate any help you can give me. Thank you.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Hello?
Dr. Park, we're with campus security. We've been instructed to take you to the president's office.
Why? What's going on?
You're currently trespassing on school property.
What? That's absurd. I was here with...
Tara Northrop, a student who was also trespassing.
Please come with us. We don't want to make this difficult.
Fine.
Dr. Freeman, we have Dr. Park here to see you.